Yo, what's good? Billy Joe Saunders beats David Lemieux in his own hometown by unanimous decision. One judge had it a shutout for BJ. And honestly, I did too. I wish I had made a prediction video for this because, meanwhile, I didn't watch many prediction videos on this, but I, most boxing fans that I talked to believe that David Lemieux was gonna knock BJ's rocks off. He was gonna knock his head off, right? He was gonna stop him and beat this loudmouth fighter that hasn't fought anyone since he won his belt. And I not since the moment it was announced, but since about earlier this week, I was like, no, BJ has not great. He has good footwork. He could move. He has very good, not great, very good boxing ability. He jabs, he throws combos, he moves a lot. And Lemieux, he's flat-footed. He doesn't throw combinations. He can't cut off the ring. His footwork is embarrassing, and all that was true tonight. Lemieux's footwork was embarrassing. He crossed his legs. He was off balance multiple times. There was a time where Saunders had him against the ropes onto the corner, and it almost looked like he might have stopped him that round. I believe it might have been the sixth or seventh round. Just embarrassing, especially with the guy that really can't bang, really doesn't have a lot of knockout power like Saunders does. He was getting rocked. He didn't win a single round on my scorecard. It was an embarrassing performance by Lemieux. Saunders, props for that, and props for calling out Golovkin. He said that Golovkin wanted to fight him when he was still learning, and wasn't dedicated to the sport. But now he's dedicated to the sport. Now he wants Golovkin. Well, buddy, you were world champion at that point. They're not calling you out of nowhere. No one wants to fight you, dude. They want to fight you because you have a belt. That's why they want to fight you, not because you're a draw, not because you're a star, but because you have a belt and you finally got a good win under your belt. I do think the Andy Lee win was good. The Eubank, Monroe was good, and I told the homie, I was like, he's gonna fuck around and beat Lemieux, and that's exactly what he did. Man, he did all Ollie shuffle. He was clowning Lemieux. There was one point where Lemieux missed a big shot, big, and Saunders did kind of like the Mayweather and looked into the crowd, put his glove onto his forehead, like, whoa, where did that punch land? But man, I hope he fights Golovkin. I hope we get an undisputed champion at middleweight. That would be awesome. First undisputed champion at middleweight since, well, the first champion to unify the middleweight belts since B-Hop, Bernard Hopkins. That would be awesome. That would be really cool. If we don't get Canelo Golovkin, I wouldn't mind getting Golovkin Saunders. That would be awesome. One more thing. Most people, I believe, that predicted Saunders would get his head knocked off. I believe they predicted that because they don't like him, because his actions. He's not a likable guy. His kid punched Willie Monroe in the dick. Um, he hasn't really been defending his belt against the best competition. But these guys, so just because you don't like a fighter doesn't mean you could ignore his skill. Doesn't mean you ignore the style matchup that's presented in front of you. Doesn't mean that you exaggerate this guy's skill and undermine this guy's skill. We must stop being so emotional when we predict fights. I think predicting fights is a serious business. Of course, I predict with my emotions as well, especially with fighters like Salido and Salido. I really don't know anyone else that I predict in that fashion. But you guys know I'm partly joking. I do believe, and maybe I'm lying to myself, I do believe that Salido would have beat Lomachenko in the rematch. But I'll admit it. I'll admit it in the prediction video. But let's do better. Let's not ignore this guy's skills just because he's kind of an asshole. Just because you don't like him. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. What do you guys think of this win? Who should Saunders fight next? I would like him to fight Golovkin. I would like him to fight Andrade. I would like them to fight Jacobs. These are all very good matchups. Charlo. Let's see those fights. These are all interesting fights for Saunders. He for once we could say that he is one of the best middleweights in the world. Have a great night. Peace.